Well, in recent years, we've seen an increasing homeless population, not just in our city parks, but also in our neighborhoods. You've seen cars that don't belong, only to find out that somebody's actually living in the car, parked in your neighborhood, and that they have nowhere else to go. Oftentimes, the person is over the age of 55 on a fixed income and has been priced completely out of the competitive housing market. The people in this situation need help to find a safe and affordable housing solution. We at the Mission are in a unique position to meet that need. At the Grants Pass Gospel Rescue Mission, we've been helping people leave homelessness behind for good for over 40 years. 1 in 3 residents leave our program with both an income and a place to live. Our new project, MissionView Village, aims to build on that successful program by providing a safe place to call home for older homeless adults on a fixed income. The concept of MissionView Village is a 15-unit village located down the street from the Mission, right here in Grants Pass. Residents will experience a safe and secure community, be able to develop a small but real savings, and have a genuine sense of independence. The Mission-owned property on Foundry Street has been vacant in recent years. We've mostly been using it to park our big box trucks on, but then we started thinking, well, what do we need more right now in our community? More spaces to park, or could we potentially use this land to solve a housing problem? Right now, the basic design for the village is a 3 quadplex units and then maybe a duplex or triplex unit. The units would be constructed each around a community center building, and each unit would be about 450 square feet and will be built with accessibility in mind. It will have a bedroom and a closet and a master bath, and it'll have a combined living room and kitchen. So 450 square feet is not super big, but it's still big enough to have all the things necessary for a home. In the community center, you'd have like a little laundromat for the residents to use. You'd also have a room that's really set up like a kitchen and a kind of a rec center. So you'd have a kitchen inside, plenty of meeting space, maybe a big screen TV and maybe a pool table or something like that. The whole idea would be just a place for residents to gather, a place for meetings to be held. Maybe one of the residents decides that they would like to have their families come visit them, and 450 square feet might not be enough for a family reunion. Well, the community center might be a place to accommodate that. MissionView Village won't be set up like a typical landlord-tenant situation. What we're talking about is a long-term program with measurable outcomes. The program is intended to do a few things. 1, it's intended to help somebody on that low fixed income develop savings. So part of the program would be having staff regularly check in on them to ensure that they're saving money, not just being taken advantage of, nor being wasteful with the money that they do have. Along with checking in on finances, our staff will also be checking in to ensure that they're maintaining their health in a way that maintains their independence. This means, are they taking their necessary prescriptions? Are they attending their doctor's appointments? They have to be able to cook for themselves, to clean themselves, to care for themselves physically enough so as not to require assisted living. Another thing is, well, we are a Christian organization, and this is a Christian program in the sense of we want to see them attending a local Christian church. Now, that would be that way for a number of reasons. One of the biggest is the value of having a community around you. But one of the disadvantages that a person who is living in a car has is that they have nobody around them to care for them, to watch over them, to check in on them, and everything. So one of our goals would be to try and create a community around them that would be supportive. And well, being a Christian, I just happen to know a community just like that. And that's the Christian church. So The church is a place where you're going to be surrounded by people who care about you, who are long-suffering with your shortcomings, who pray for you, who bring you food if you're sick, really invite you into community activities and be a part of each other's lives in that sense. So what's the status of the MissionView Village project? So far, we've got the basics of the idea completed, what it is that we'd like to build. We've had an engineer come and look at the site and give us an idea of what's physically possible on the site. Our engineer has provided us with some rudimentary concept drawings, and at this point, we have some sample layout ideas. We have had a donor who has offered a matching grant to pay for up to half the cost of this project. The number that's been agreed upon, at least at this point, is about $650,000. But with matching grants, it really requires that you get the match. You have to the challenge for us is really to raise the $650,000 of the estimated $1.3 million total cost based on the designs as they currently are. Knowing that every dollar is essentially doubled, well, that's an exciting time to give, and you can really have a powerful impact on our community. Tiny home projects like this are relatively new in our neck of the woods, so we're trying to go about it with as much wisdom as we can, and that requires that we have the Lord's favor in all of these things. So here's the ask. I'm asking you to pray, 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 pray. We do believe that God listens to the prayers of His people and does amazing things. This is going to require the Lord in all of it, and that is actually a good thing. It's the only way we'd want it.